While attention this election year in Bennington County has been focused on the competitive races for county sheriff, state's attorney, and some of the state representative seats, Representative Kelly Pajala is running for election to a term in her own right up in her Mountain Towns district that includes Winhall, Stratton, Jamaica, Weston, and Londonderry. She's running unopposed as an independent. She was appointed about a year ago to the seat that Oliver Olson, then the incumbent officeholder, was stepping down from after finishing the first year of a 2-year term. At that time, she had been the town clerk of Londonderry since 2012 and continues to serve in that post. Before that, she'd been the assistant town clerk in Weston. We had a chance to catch up with her at the Winhall Library earlier in October, where she was holding a meet and greet with the voters. Despite running unopposed, she's continued to go out knocking on doors and talking with voters. We asked her what issues she'd been hearing about around her district.
Mostly property taxes and concerns about what's happening with the school consolidations. I would say that those are the two big issues. And a third thing that seems to come up fairly often is tax and regulate going to come up, and what is that going to look like?
That tax and regulated
for marijuana? Yeah.
And do you sense that people would like to see that come in, or are they concerned that it's leading us down a slippery slope of some sort?
No, the overall feeling that I've gotten is that people would like to see something put in place.
Huh. And any particular reason why that it seems to be favored? I mean, other than the fact that the state might stand to make some revenue out of it, or? I
think that that's definitely a big piece of it, and not just that the state would make revenue off of it, but that it also might be an opportunity for some rural economic development. And there are people who are, poised to maybe make something happen. So
I was wondering if you've been hearing much talk about a carbon tax, which seems to have emerged as an issue in the gubernatorial.
It has emerged. I don't know that it ever went away as an issue. I think there are a lot of people looking for solutions to dealing with the carbon crisis that might not include a carbon tax, and they're really looking at a broad range of things that can be done to reduce, our footprint, and carbon tax might be one of the things that comes up. But I think it's going to take more than just that, and being too narrowly focused on one solution isn't going to really get us anywhere.
Linda Joy Sullivan, whose district includes Dorset, Danby, Peru, Mount Tabor, and Landgrove, is another candidate running unopposed this year. She is seeking a second term after running successfully for the seat in 2016. We asked her the same question. What's her impression about what's on voters' minds as the election nears?
So, Danby and Dorset residents are mainly focused on business development and how Act 250 is hindering that, as far as job creation, contracts, and possible small business development here. And it's the process of Act 250 and how we can get that to actually assist them in business development. In my other districts, and as well as Danby and Dorset, Mount Tabor, Landgrove, and Peru, it's more an affordability issue. They're more concerned about workforce development, housing affordability, minimum wage, keeping families here, keeping their children here, job development. A little bit about the opiate crisis, but that's more of a global discussion. But they are concerned about affordability. East Dorset, highly concerned about health care affordability. People just cannot afford for the coverage. It's more like a mortgage for them, and they're concerned about something over there. I found on climate issues that comes more from the candidates I've been hearing who are running, as well as legislators already in the House. That push is coming more from them, so it's more like a political platform. I do believe that's going to be one of the top issues, though, in the House. I think we are going to have to deal with some type of a yes solution on climate, does not mean that it's going to be satisfactorily yes on a carbon tax, but I do believe a carbon tax is going to be a top priority.
Vermont is one of 3 states, Hawaii and Illinois are the others, who allow same-day voter registration and voting. So if you haven't registered to vote yet, there's still time, right up to the moment you arrive at your local polling station. Voters who haven't registered yet will be able to do so on Election Day, right before they cast a ballot. GNAT-TV will also be hosting live coverage of the election returns on Tuesday, November 6th, from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. We hope you can join us for the show. For the GNAT-TV News Project, I'm Andrew McKeever.